A lot of people don't really understand it, right? You got to recognize that you're not always going to get what you want. You're only going to get some of what you want. And even to get some of what you want, you're going to have to give up something else. That's the way it works. And people don't want to admit that.
And if you're a driven human being who is wired for success and ambition and growth and change, you are always going to feel like you're not where you're supposed to be. You're always going to feel like you should have done more, you could have done more, you could have been better, you should be further along, I'm behind. These are common feelings with anyone who is working to achieve anything.
I've never in my life seen anyone who's determined to get something not get it. I've never seen somebody who is determined in their heart to get something not get it. The universe and God is so giving and providing. People think it's difficult out here. I disagree. I've never seen someone wake up and say, nah, this is all I care about. This is all I want. Not get it. Everyone who thought that way in fighting was a world champion. Everyone who thought that way about money was rich. I've never seen anyone fail.
Never not believe in yourself again. Never, never. It's a waste of time. What value do you get out of doubting yourself? What value? Somebody tell me. What value do you get out of having a bad mood? Zero. What value do you get out of having a conversation with something that doesn't do anything for your life? Zero. If you're doing something for their life, that's value. The idea of it is you got to go through and realize what it is that you're doing right now that needs to be cut out so we can start doing the productive things that we need to be doing that'll get you 10 times farther, 10 times faster.
The purpose is always there. The purpose never leaves us because the very purpose is you. You are always the purpose. There may be another purpose, like being a SEAL or going to college or whatever, but the main purpose in life is you. So if you wake up in the morning and you don't want to do something, you don't care enough about yourself. And that's what you need to really research is, man, why am I not doing this for myself? Because that is the number one purpose in life, is to better oneself.
What kind of seed is in you? See, I believe part of our responsibility in life is to find out who we are, to discover ourselves. First off, we need to respect our nature. We need to realize we are part of a continuing chain that carries a legacy and a responsibility. And if that's the case, then we need to recognize that we were not biological coincidences. I believe there's a creator, and I believe you were intentionally created for a myriad of purposes.
Any champion that is out there at the top of their game, if you cracked their head open and you looked in there, their brain is not filled with all of these, what the average person would think, all of these headlines about how great they are. It is filled with insecurity, doubt, things that motivate them, things that people have said to them, chips on their shoulder, slights, disrespect, things that make them feel less than, which is why in reality they push harder to develop a bigger, better game.
You still clubbing, you still partying, you still popping bottles with models, you doing the most already, and you ain't even on. You trying to convince everybody around you that you on, but you not on. You know the truth, and I know the truth. You ain't on. Most of the people who really ain't got it, they go out of their way to try and show people that they have it. The more you go out of your way to show me that you have it, you're confirming to me that you really don't got it.
Your gift will make room for you. Now, what is your gift? It's the thing that you do the absolute best with the least amount of effort. That's your gift. Quit running away from the gift. Your gift will make room for you. Stop trying to be something you ain't gifted at.
Guess what happens? That alarm clock goes off at 4 a.m. to train. I don't want to be a SEAL today. Or I don't want to be whatever today. I'll start tomorrow. And that's the usual pattern of people's lives. That's why I talk about clearing out the mind. Until you really want to do something, you always get to be a talker. You always get to run your fucking mouth.
You're going to never feel confidence until you start keeping the promises that you make to yourself on a regular basis. And these are the small promises and the big promises. If you constantly had a friend who came to you and told you they were going to get in shape, they were going to get their money together, they were going to get their life together, and they told you that over and over and over again, but then every single time you saw them in public, 2 hours, 3 hours later, they're drinking beer, they're eating shit, they're doing all this bullshit. Every single time you task them with something to do, they fail at it. They fail to accomplish that task. How much confidence are you going to have in that friend? Zero. You're going to know that everything that that friend tells you is going to be bullshit, all right? And that friend is you. That friend exists inside of you. So when you tell yourself you're going to do all these things, I'm going to get in shape, I'm going to get my money right, I'm going to get my business going, I'm going to take care of my career, I'm going to be better with my family, I'm going to do this and this and this and this and this, and you fail to do those things on a daily basis, you are losing confidence in yourself bit by bit by bit by bit.
There's no footprint of your existence left for anyone else to follow. Life is time. And a life that's remembered, where a footprint is followed behind in footsteps of inspiration and motivation, is when time is met with opportunity and action. They collide to be a life of remembrance.
An understanding that comes with the world of communication and great dialogue. I can, in having this conversation, I can point to so many examples of how it's so hard to see the good if you're only seeing the bad. Like, there's so many people that struggle with what their version of success is because they're looking at someone else's. There's so many people that struggle with their world of relationship because they're judging theirs based off of someone else's, right? And when you're constantly in the space of not realizing or noticing your world, your reality, because you're living in what appears to be someone else's, well, your shit is never